Hello children, welcome to your first class of English grammar. Today children we are going to start with the sentence chapter. So what is a sentence? A sentence is a group of words that make complete sense. A sentence is divided into two parts. What is the first part? The subject. And the second part is the predicate. The predicate always has a verb. That means every meaningful sentence has a verb. Now, what is a typical structure or sentence structure? A sentence can be in the positive form and also in the negative form. To make a positive sentence, we have the subject, the verb and an object. For example, Ram is climbing a tree. Now, when we need to make a negative sentence, we have the subject, the verb, the negative word and we have the object. For example, Ram is not climbing a tree. Now children, when we make sentences, the first thing we must learn or understand is how to rearrange words to form sentences. Now, there are no definite rules. There are no definite rules for rearranging words. So how do we rearrange words to make sentences? We have to try various combinations. That means different ways. We have to try different arrangements. And we have to also make these arrangements or combination of words in rough. And then we must use our common sense to find out which formation of word is correct or suitable. Now, when we do this, we must first of all understand that we have to try to identify the verb. Once we find the verb, we must then look for the subject, what we are talking about of the sentence. Once the verb and the sentence and the subject is done, we can try to form a sentence. We should not look for articles or for prepositions first. That means as we get a group of words, we are going to form a sentence, but we should not look for articles or prepositions first. Instead, we should look for the verb and the subject. Now, a group of words, sometimes we find that they are written within slashes. A lot of, plenty of, some of the pencils. These are group of words or phrases. They are written within slashes. These words should not be broken. They should not be separated. They should be used together to rearrange the words. Now, let us have a look at some sentences or some group of words and form proper sentences. Now, children, let us have a look at the first word or the group of words that I have written and how we are going to form them into a proper sentence. So, as I had told you, there is no proper rule for this. But first of all, we should look for the verb. Now, what are the words that have been written here? Kicked the ball, Raju. So, according to what I told you, we should first look for the verb. So, what's the verb over here? Kicked. Now, we need to look for the subject. Since we know the action that was kicked. Now, who kicked? The boy, the dog, the man, the girl. So we get a name here, that is Raju. So Raju becomes the subject. Now since we know the subject, we know the verb. Now what did the subject kick? The subject kicked the ball. So now since we know the words and we used a bit of a common sense, we know how to form the sentence. So we begin with Raju. Since he is the subject, now what did Raju do? He kicked. What did he kick? He kicked the ball. So this is how we rearrange words using the verb first, the subject, and then using a little bit of common sense, we arrange it in a beautiful manner. Now the second example is long tail, a monkey has a. So let's look for the verb over here. We have has. Now, who has? A monkey has. That's the subject here. So we are talking about a monkey. And we have the verb has. So what does a monkey have? A monkey has a long tail. So let's write the answer here. We begin it using the subject, a monkey. Now we write the verb has. Now what does a monkey have? A monkey has a long tail. That's the object. So a little bit of words which we use, we prepare, we rearrange, and a little bit of common sense gives us a beautiful, a correct sentence. Now let's have a look at the third one. Football, the boys are playing. So when we look for the verb, first of all, we have the helping verb along with the main verb written over here. That is, are playing. Who are playing? We get the subject. The boys are playing. Now what are the boys playing? The boys are playing football. So let us rearrange them. We begin with the subject since we already know the boys. So your subject is the boys. Now what are they doing? They are playing. What are they playing? They are playing football. So this is how we arranged group of words and we changed them into proper sentences. So I hope children you have understood how we can rearrange words to form sentences and what a sentence is. Now in the coming chapters we will learn what are the different kinds of sentences. Thank you.